Nightly news anchor Lester Holt's Across America tour brings him to Chicago. Many jazz legends, as you know, were born here. And tonight, you will meet the kids behind the modern jazz renaissance. Lester is joining us now in studio for a look ahead of this story. I should say welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you. And just call me Stefan's dad.
I know,
That's
right?
fine. I'm used to that.
Yeah. Or granddad these days, right?
Any of those. But it's fun to be back. Yeah, that's one of a couple of stories we're doing while we're in Chicago. I was actually here last week, snuck into town to shoot a story about crime. And you know, Chicago's violence has been notorious, but as you know, the numbers are starting to come down. And we're going to look at how Chicago has partnered with Los Angeles police to kind of work off each other because they both face gang problems. The jazz program is one that's near and dear to my heart. As you know, I'm a jazz musician, and so we're going to be featuring these kids tonight. I'm going to go over here in a a couple hours and maybe play with them a little bit and talk to some of them.
Oh my gosh, what a treat for them.
This whole thing, by the way, is a boondoggle. It's about how can I have fun for a week crossing the country.
Well, I was going to ask you how you chose the cities.
Well, you know, obviously we wanted a regional difference. We started off in Portland, Oregon to get a flavor for the West, then Denver, and then here. The idea is obviously to, you know, what are people talking about? What are stories that are happening in a community that can relate to communities, you know, in your hometown across the country? And certainly, you know, police departments learning from other departments to figure out, to kind of, you know, crack the code of solving the violence program is one of those things that we're looking at.
And it seems like this has been a hallmark since you took over Nightly News, getting out on the road and going to these places and talking to people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a reporter. I mean, this is all great, but I look back at all the exciting, momentous times of my career have been out in the field, not sitting behind the desk. So we like to go on the road, you know, for big stories. But, you know, I realize a lot of times we go into a city, it's because something horrible has happened.
Right.
You know, there's been a horrible crime or a tornado or what have you, and people always say, you got to come back during better times. So this is kind of part of that as well. Come back when nothing momentous is going on, but maybe some really fascinating stories that we can all kind of learn from.
Really positive, because I know one of the neighborhoods you're going into is the Englewood neighborhood, and that has seen a drastic reduction in crime, which is unheard of. So to be highlighting that, you're talking about Chicago, because normally the national story is different.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes these images linger. Oh, Chicago is this horrible, dangerous place. Not true. You know, they're making some, you know, great headway here, and we're going to look at that. I mean, from the technology of the cameras, this shot spotter software where they can actually hear shots in real time and pinpoint it to a particular corner, working with the community more. And we hear from some folks in Englewood who say, look, we're starting to notice the difference. So it is positive, and I think we could all use some good news.
All right, so I want to talk about something that is not related to news right now, and that is your grandson.
Yeah. Henry.
So, yes, we've been trying to find some pictures of you and Henry. I was hoping for a Christmas picture, you in reindeer pajamas or something.
Well,
we got something.
We got a couple, that was when he came by the studio, and that was Christmas Day, our first Christmas together. It's a blast being a grandparent.
And all in the same city, too. You get to see Henry and Stefan quite a bit.
You know, both my boys, you know, Stefan and Cameron are in New York now, so I get to see them. But it's just fun having a baby in the family again.
Oh, I can only.
It's also fun handing them over when when the time comes. But yeah, Stefan's a great dad, Morgan's a great mom, and we're just delighted.
We miss them around here, but we're really happy that they are home with you.
Yeah, it's nice to have the family together.
Yeah, and I hear today you're leaving our family here. You're going to my other family at the Chicago White Sox.
Yes.
Yes.
Later this afternoon.
Yes, they have invited me to throw out the first pitch. I have to tell you, on this week-long trip of all the things we're doing, that's the thing that has been the most frightening for me.
Really?
Because you start thinking, like, I know how to throw a baseball, but can I do it in front of a crowd of people? I mean,
have you warmed up your arm at all?
Well, yeah.
He's a baseball player.
Are you really? Oh,
yeah.
We could use you, because when we were in Portland the other day for the broadcast, I slipped away at one point with a couple of the staff, and we went and started throwing the ball.
So smart.
Because, you know, how many epic fails have you seen on YouTube?
That's true. You can't.
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
We don't want you to be one of them. You know you're supposed to throw it. What is it? It's up, right?
Definitely not down.
Right. Well, I've decided I'm not going to do it from the top of the pitcher's mound. I think that's because I think you would naturally then more chance of a.
Yes.
I'm way overthinking. So yeah, I think the idea is to try to keep it up high. Not going to put any pepper on it. Just Just get it on the plate.
I asked everybody to go to the car and get me my Chicago White Sox cap that was really worn in. This one is not.
This
I
is
wanted
not
it to
worn
bring
in.
you. No, I wanted to bring you good luck. It matches your suit.
Oh, it does.
Sort of, yeah.
Look,
So you can wear it all day,
This
and
is
whenever you
great.
get a chance, just warm up.
And if I ground it, I'll be wearing it like this all day. Awesome. No, it's gonna be. It's one of those little bucket lists. Who hasn't wanted to throw out a first pitch?
Yeah,
We are so happy to have you home.
It's great to be here, and I just quickly reminded everybody the first time I was on the morning show with you, we had a segment. You were doing a segment on hot wings.
Yep.
And they gave me these
Ghost peppers, my friend.
fourth-degree fire. It was unbelievable. I'm crying on the air and guzzling milk. It was horrible.
We won't make you eat anything today.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
I'm going to find the video.
They had food in the green room. I didn't try it. I thought it might be spiked.
Yeah, exactly. Lester, so great to have you.
Great to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
Good luck. Continued good luck as you continue across America. You can watch Lester's story on Chicago Jazz Renaissance. That's tonight on Nightly News. Lester broadcasts from Chicago tonight. That'll be here at 5:30 on Channel 5. Great to have you here. Thanks again.
Thanks.